Hi. Howdy. How you doing? Cellulite in Love Tarot, or Hillary for short. Welcome or welcome back, my love. Happy What's Good Wednesday. I am wearing the same clothes as yesterday's reading because it's the same day. So, yeah. I have to do 2 readings in one day because I won't be here tomorrow, which is, I'm recording this on Monday, so I won't be here Tuesday. So, yeah. Anyways, let's jump on in, okay? Tuesday is when I would have recorded Wednesday's reading, so that's why I'm doing this, okay? We're gonna see what good things are going on for you. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, I did some pre-shuffling with this Kipper deck, and what came out? It was occupation, child, and adjudication came out, and I was hearing something about maybe social work or a child support hearing, maybe, possibly. I don't know if that's relevant or if that could just be like a little signal that this could be for you. We'll see. All right, Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to flow through me for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you for being here. Okay, let's see, Spirit. Tell me about the good stuff going on in my darling's life. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What good things can my darling expect? False person concern. Change message of concern with gift at the bottom. Okay. Official person, distant horizon. Imprisonment. False person, concern. Change message of concern. You know, it's like I almost feel like you're releasing yourself from someone around you. Could be friend, family, it could be a job situation, but you might be deciding to move forward because you're recognizing that you can't be authentically yourself. My nose is just getting stuffed up out of nowhere. Okay. You can't be fully yourself in a situation, at a certain occupation. There's like too many restrictions. It feels unhealthy in a way. You feel like you can't be true to yourself around this situation. Man, throat chakra issues maybe, because like that's so weird, and like my nose just got so closed up out of nowhere. So I feel like this is concerning for you. I feel like you've been worried, like, what am I gonna do? Because I feel like maybe where I'm at or who I'm around is something that, Spirit, oh my goodness, something that I can't really let go that easily of, but I want to be true to myself. So I feel like you're changing, okay? You're moving forward. I see this person packing up. Maybe you're moving away. Maybe you're moving jobs. Maybe you're just kind of getting out of Dodge for a little while. You're separating yourself from a situation, a person, a circumstance that is leaving you feeling like you cannot be authentic, can't be truly yourself. This is bringing in a message of concern from this situation. I'm not sure why that is. We do have gift and official person under the bottom here. So distant horizons, maybe you're moving, okay? Imprisonment, mature man. It's almost feeling like you're getting an opportunity to go somewhere else where you're actually respected and you're well respected for being who you are, okay? Now, normally, like this official person, they have to be up to standard in some way, you know, they have a persona that they have to fit, but I'm just sort of getting that you're honoring yourself in this way, and that's the greatest gift of all. But you're also going into a circumstance, a situation where you feel like being yourself is well received. It's a gift, right? Maybe someone's giving you an opportunity to do something that you actually want to do officially, right? And maybe that's where this message of concern happens, because you're changing, and people around you where you have to be false in some way are just like, what's wrong with you? Okay. Are you okay? Should we be concerned? Okay. I feel like you're like, no, I get to finally be myself, okay? I get to finally be myself. Spirit, do you want to give me some information here with the Moonology Oracle deck about this situation? this goodness. It's always good that you can be yourself, right? Regardless of who feels concerned about that. Let's see. I might have to get a drink in a minute. That's so weird. My throat just... My sinuses just closed up. Tell me some information about this situation before I get into the tarot spirit. You're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Emotions are running high, supermoon. I feel like this is emotional for you, for sure, with Pisces there, and then emotions are running high with supermoon. What's at the bottom? Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Yeah. So I feel like you've had this idea for a while. Like you've known that you're not exactly in an environment or around people or situations that are good for you. I feel like you've known this for a while, right? And so I feel like you've had this idea of what a comfortable life would look like, what comfortable relationships, what comfortable occupation would look like, where you could actually be authentically yourself. You can open up. You don't have to be so closed off or so veiled in a way. And so as this is coming in, I feel like there is going to be a shift, right? That is very emotional. There's a sense of freedom here, right? There's a sense of freedom. And Spirit wants you to just be able to think about with gratitude and be thankful, you know, that you are aware as you are and that you have done what you needed to do to move forward for these opportunities to magnetize to you, that you've done everything that you needed to do so far, right? See how far you've come. Reflect on that. You know, it's been a long time with Taurus energy being kind of slow earth energy, and that sort of transformation can be very emotional, and you're allowed to feel emotional about some things, you know. Just think about how far you've come, you know. But Spirit really wants you to reflect with, you know, pride for how much you are overcoming right now. I feel like it's well deserved. Okay, let's see with the tarot. Let's get a Celtic cross. Spirit, okay, tell me about this situation that is changing, this goodness, this opportunity, this prosperity. Tell me about this situation. I'm very curious about this message of concern too. I feel like that's the blockage. We'll find out. Okay. Give me a card here for the situation that is changing, for the goodness coming in for my darling. Four of Cups. You haven't been happy where you are, right? This is why Spirit wants you to meditate and contemplate. Oh my goodness, my nose. Spirit wants you to meditate and contemplate, right? Look around at your surroundings, figure out how long you've been dealing with this certain situation at hand, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, where's your energy at? Do you find faults with everything around you, or are you focused on things that just don't bring abundance? This is why Spirit wants you to meditate and contemplate, because as you do that and as you get true and aligned with what you think is maybe set in stone for you, right? You remove a false mask of your understanding, then you get to see the gift that is available to you as a new emotional opportunity, right? You get to see how much you've overcome. You get to see what you need to work on, you know, what you have already worked on. So this opportunity is reflection. It's you to take time and make sure that your energy is good, that you're seeing things as they are, you know, saying no to things that don't feel good to you. This card lately has been coming out as a no card for me. It's like you're aware of things that are coming in for you. You're aware of things around you, but you're just like, I'm not gonna say yes to things that don't make me feel good right now. So no, that doesn't sound good to me, and I'm not selfish for that, right? But it's almost like the outside people perceiving this person, us perceiving this person in this card, feel like, oh, well, that person's just not grateful for what they have. They're not grateful for the support around them, and it's just like, no, It's just I have to like myself first. I have to appreciate myself first. Don't take it personally. Okay, I'm allowed to say no. So I feel like maybe you're saying no to some things. You're saying no to some things. You're recognizing where you've said no to things that you actually want to do for the sake of others. And now you're turning the tables and you're saying no to other people to honor yourself, other situations to honor yourself. It's really good energy. Okay, what's the blockage to this? Justice. Justice. Feeling like there's people around you who make you feel like you're not being fair, okay? Things have been going some way for so long that now it's like your environment has adjusted to sort of being like a contract. Like, no, this is just how we do things, okay? This is how we do things. What do you mean you're changing? What do you mean? Someone might literally have a welfare check done on you at some point. That's bizarre. Okay. Don't get overstressed if that happens, okay? Just because someone calls a welfare check on you doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong, especially if like you're having to pull away from certain connections or whatever. That's okay. So, yeah, it's like you feel like there's some sort of obligation to be some type of way, or things have just been a certain way for so long that it's kind of hard to break free from that pattern, right? But you're allowed to do what's fair for you. You're allowed to honor yourself first. You're your first priority always. So, yeah, I feel like it's just kind of a minor thing. Maybe there's some documents that need to be filed first. You're waiting to sign some papers, sign a contract for things to really shift, so that you can get things going. Maybe it's signing a lease of some sort. But there's something here that is just like either things have been a certain way or things need to be made official for things to actually shift, right? So we're just kind of waiting, and things are just kind of like waiting for the shift, right? Okay, what happened in the past that sort of influenced this situation, Spirit? The Lovers reversed. And the Star. So, I feel like you had to leave a situation that you felt, again, emotionally bound to, okay? It's like you had to choose yourself for once rather than choosing everyone else and everything else. Like, I feel like you've been so giving to a fault that it's left you exposed and alone, right? You've had to navigate hardship on your own while you've been there for other people. And so I feel like what happened in the past is you were like, no more, I have to honor myself first, right? I have to drop the weight of other people's happiness. I have to drop the weight of other people's feeling of acceptance and support. And I have to choose to be around people or to do things that are in my best interest first. Those who are truly there and love me will understand the season of my life, and those who aren't will find the exit kindly, they'll walk out. So you could have had a falling out with a Gemini or Aquarius. You don't have to. That doesn't have to be. We got all air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius here. Wow. You could be an air sign or dealing with one of those. But yeah, it just feels like you had to choose something different for once. You had to detach from something that you felt obligated to show up for repeatedly, right? Yeah. You're like, I have to do something new. I have to do something new with the Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay. What does Darling expect from this situation? What are they aware of, and what are they expecting to come as they start saying no to other people and choosing things that they want? Empowerment, complete empowerment, Aries energy, to feel like you have finally stepped into a place of ownership of your life, right? You're just like, okay, I'm done giving my power away. I'm done feeling like I need other people's approval, other people's acknowledgement, recognition to feel like I'm actually worthy of being in charge of my life. And it's just like, no, I get to like what I do, and I get to make the decisions, and it's my choice, and I'm in control here. Okay, you're in control here, so you expect to feel in control after a time of not feeling in control. Like, I feel like you're rebuilding from the ground up in some way. Yeah, literally rebuilding. The 10 of Wands, it's heavy burdens, but actually the story of the Wands, starting from like the 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, is this person defending this land that they want to stake claim. 7 of Wands and 8 of Wands is that they get a message that is essentially like, yes, that land is yours. You get to claim ownership of this area that you've been so fighting for and defending. And then the 9 of Wands is building the perimeter, building a fence around this area, and the 10 of Wands is building the home, right? So I feel like you're rebuilding actual stability. It's a lot of work. It's been a lot of time, but you're just like, I have to put in the work that's that's going to build something actually stable for me, right? Stability is really important to you with that Emperor card. And prosperity lies ahead. Yeah, you're just like, I gotta be really on my game here. I gotta be on my game. Okay, what is darling not expecting from the situation? What do they not see about the situation? Seven of Cups. This is where the meditate and contemplate and emotions are running high comes into play. So you still have, you know, you still have heartstrings attached to the things around you, and those can definitely be distracting. When you have a lot to do, there seems to be like a lot more distractions that come up to try to pull you off of a path, right? So Spirit wants you to sort of realize that maybe your energy is being pulled in several different directions, and don't feel too discouraged about that. Just bring your emotional sights back to you back to source, back to your best interest, and go with the flow. Okay, go with the flow. Don't get too overwhelmed. Don't get too confused, right? Maybe this is also sort of feeling like you have to learn as you go, because sometimes with confusion it can be like, I don't really know what I'm doing. All I know is that I've got to do something different. But I'm kind of confused on how to do it, and the Spirit's just saying, like, one step at a time, like one step at a time. As things come up, you'll learn how to work through it. Okay, one step at a time. It's gonna be all right. Okay, what is coming up ahead that darling should be aware of? Upcoming situation in the future. Two of Pentacles reversed. Six of Swords. And the Devil on bottom in the Tower. Yeah, okay. Capricorn energy, Scorpio energy. Doop, doop, doop. Shadow work. Look at all that darkness. Shadow work. So, I think you'll start to realize that, okay, again, this is where the meditate and contemplate comes into play, because there was something here about realizing where you're choosing instability, right? With that Four of Cups energy, it was like realizing, okay, do I put myself constantly in situations? Do I focus on things that make me feel like I'm unsatisfied? Do I put my energy in a position where I feel like I can't be myself? So Spirit wants you to realize that upcoming you have a choice where you're going to be met with a situation that might make you feel like, oh man, I have to be spread too thin, but then you will have the option to say, that's really not my problem right now. Okay, I will deal with that whenever I can, but it's not my top priority right now. My top priority is possibly moving. It's, moving away from someplace. We're building house, restructure here possibly, but like, I've got things that I need to do first, and it's other people's problems, other people's issues are really not my responsibility right now. And you can think that I'm being rude or mean, but I'm really not. Okay, it's just like realizing that you don't have to take too much, right? You don't have to overwhelm yourself with too many things. Just focus on what you need to do right now for yourself, right? Yeah, because there's something here about feeling still stuck, with feeling bound to certain people, certain situations, the well-being of others, right? Message of concern, maybe. Yeah, it's like someone might try to guilt trip you for what you're doing, for where you're moving. It could even be a child. Child is poking out underneath this deck right here. Ugh. That's so hard, because it almost feels like this could be, when I say a child, it could be like an adult child, okay? Obviously, if you have minors in the house and you have to take care of them, they are obviously a priority, naturally, okay? But if you have like an adult child that is really codependent, or what is that? They kind of leech off of you, because they feel like you need to help them out in every way, shape, or form. You need to bail them out in some way. You need to constantly be giving. Then it's like setting boundaries with that. That's like, honey, I love you, and I'm always here for you, and I'm always gonna love you. But like, no, I'm not gonna pay your rent whenever I know that you're going to, spend whatever money that you make, or this money, on things that are not good for you. Like, it's learning not to enable. It's not to bear the burdens of others, even if it's your adult child. That's so hard. It doesn't even have to be a child. It could be someone who just acts like a child. Maybe you have a parent that's parentified you in some way, and so you're kind of like, I love you, but like, we've got to have healthy boundaries here. We've got to have healthy boundaries here, okay? We can't be so codependent. Like, we can't do that. That's not safe. That's not healthy. That's not okay. And that might really bother people, right? They're just like, you don't care about me. What's wrong with you? You've changed, okay? Yeah. Okay, how does Darling feel about the situation? Five of Wands. You feel like you're stirring the pot, okay? Wheel of Fortune. You're like, but it's necessary, okay? This is necessary. Change is in the wind, okay? You're just like, things have to be balanced out. Like, nothing's gonna change if I don't change it. Nothing's gonna change if I don't change it. Yeah. And I get that there's a lot of people around me who don't want me to change. They're gonna fight me tooth and nail on this, okay? I don't want the drama. I just kind of want things to flow easily, you know. Yeah, I just want this change to flow easily with the Ace of Pentacles. But you're just like, I'm prepared to have to stand my ground. I really am. I'm prepared. Okay. How do others feel about the situation for Darling? 22:22 on the clock. What is happening? Okay, so these cards did not pop out, but they kind of flipped over. It was a stack. The first one that I saw was the Hermit, which is Virgo's card, and the second one I saw was the Empress, which is also Virgo's card, so you could be a Virgo. But I feel like there's people around you who feel like, oh, you just think you're better than us. Okay. Look at you with your standards and your boundaries, and just like, you're just isolating yourself. You're just secluding yourself. You're just, feeling isolated, feeling, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not isolated, but excluded. So you think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? Okay, look at me, what's going on? Five of Cups. Okay, what are other people's energy? How are other people feeling about this situation for Darling? Nine of Wands. Remember me talking about the Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, 10 of Wands, and how you're rebuilding now, and the whole Nine of Wands part is building the parameter around your place, right? It's been a long, like, you're finally like, this place is finally mine. It was so much work. I had to really fight people from trying to take my property, from trying to claim what's mine, you know, like, this has been such a process, and now we get to the last of the hard part, which is building the house with the 10 of Wands. So this Nine of Wands with other people, they're just like, why are you blocking me out? Like, I should be on that side of the fence with you. What's yours is mine. No, it's not. Like, I'm getting the adult child energy. Oh, yeah, like someone feels like you're being like an authoritarian, like you're being cruel right now with the Queen of Swords. They're just like, you're not being loving or hospitable. You're not being loving or hospitable. And you're just like, that's your perception, I guess. Okay, what's Darling's greatest hopes for this situation? Two of Wands, a brighter future. Things are not going to be the same as before. You're doing things differently. You have done everything that you knew to do possibly in this situation a certain way, to keep it the way that it was, to try to make things work in a way that didn't really ruffle any feathers. And the Two of Wands says, I've done everything I can do here. It's time to do something different. It's time to move forward. It's time to move, literally. Okay, so you're just like, my greatest hopes are that I can move forward and not look back. Like, I'm not doing things the same way anymore. If I want something different, I have to do something different. Yeah. Okay, Darling's greatest fears about the situation. Four of Swords. That's okay. You might have to hurt some feelings here, and that might lead to like a no contact situation. Okay, I feel like you're really worried about that. You're like, what if I am isolating myself? What if I am excluding people? Something like that, you know. I also just feel like it's like someone's not gonna let you sleep. That's a bizarre download. The Three of Swords above this person, okay? The Three of Swords being the Three of Swords, you know. It's like you'll need to rest at some point, but it's like this person that keeps pulling on your heartstrings, that keeps disappointing you, that keeps breaking your heart in one way or another, is going to not let you rest. Okay. And tell me about the outcome here, the projected outcome here of this situation, and what darling can look forward to. The moon neutral, there's nothing to fear, okay? As long as you're aware of what you're worried about, you're aware of your feelings, you're aware of everything, and if you have the strength to face it, to illuminate it, then, you know, it'll be something that you just move through and process. New moon in Pisces, that's Pisces energy, yeah. 9 of Cups. Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Pentacles. I love to see it. 5 of Cups there, yeah. Here's the deal, like, you have been dealt, I feel like with this situation, this certain circumstance, it's been really hard for you, because I feel like there's been this attachment here, right? It feels like people pleasing, like always showing up for someone because you're worried about stepping on their toes, right? And that's changing, right? And that is triggering as you go through that. I feel like it's been really hard because you're like, look, I've been a people pleaser my whole life. I've been, you know, a doormat to this situation. And yet I never felt like I pleased anyone. And I never felt pleased with myself either. Like it never left a good feeling. So I feel like your outcome here is you realizing that, and you're just like, my emotional well-being is my responsibility. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. That is all independent stability, glow up, self-love, self-care, empowerment, emotional stability. 6 of Wands could look like, to others, it could look like ego, right? It could look like someone's like up on a high horse, right? And that's not the point. It's just that whenever you stop giving in a certain way that enables others, people are going to have something to say about it because they're so used to you fulfilling a need, right? Not really a need, but fulfilling a desire of theirs. And when they have to try to figure out how to change their own life to make things work out, then it can ruffle feathers, right? But this is a necessary change, and it's something that you should feel proud of overcoming, okay? It's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. And there is going to be a grieving process here for what you've allowed in your life, for what you've accepted, for the way that you treated yourself in a way of, you know, putting yourself in the line of fire for others to kind of walk all over. There's an accountability here that's really important for yourself so that you can step forward and be like, I was accountable then, and I'm accountable now. And with that power and this Aries Emperor energy down here, you get to step forward and choose you, right? Choose your stability, choose your health, choose your wealth, choose you, right? Not enabling other people, not enabling people pleasing, just realizing it, just realizing everything. I'm not going to repeat it 1,000 times, but this is really good. This is like glow up stuff right here. This is up leveling. This is spiritual lessons being learned with the Wheel of Fortune, karmic cycles changing. You're going to see an influx of luck and abundance, you know, coming your way as you focus on that. And it's just really beautiful. I feel like it's a beautiful closure to a very hard time of your life. Okay. Yeah. I love you. I'm proud of you. This takes so much strength to be able to face your own, you know, that lion. That lion been in the lion's den. Okay. How do I want to close this out, Spirit? Quick words of, I wouldn't say advice, but just things Spirit wants you to be mindful of as you move forward, okay? Well, that's not from that deck. Okay. I might have mismatched my decks from the last reading. Okay. What do you want, darling, to be aware of as they move forward? Put those back in. That was an accident. Okay. I got a few things that came out reversed and neutral and stuff. So we got the Star reversed and the Six of Swords reversed. So Spirit wants you to be mindful of situations that try to come back, try to pull you back to where you were, because that will be, you can always overcome anything in your life, okay? So I'm not going to say that it's going to be detrimental for you, but it's going to do the opposite of progressing you forward with healing and accepting, right? If you go back, you'll notice that the energy of the momentum that's been gaining in your life, the abundance flowing in, you'll notice that that energy sort of stops. Like as you go back to old thinking patterns, old habits, old people, if you try to entertain the past, if you try to regress in some way, if you try to entertain both lives, then you're going to kind of put a kink in the hose of flow. So Spirit wants you to be aware of that, okay? And that's because you might get kind of like love bombed, or people who try to be like, okay, let's kind of bridge the gap here. Let's just give this another shot, you know, let me pay you back. And it's like Spirit wants you to be very neutral in your very neutral with your communication. Not totally silent, okay, but not completely open. It's like be the observer of the situation, okay? Especially because that High Priestess is facing the past, okay? Eight of Cups moving forward neutral is just like you need to be observing the energy around you. Watch as you release certain habits, certain people, certain situations, and you move forward. Watch how you change emotionally, and watch how the influx of abundance and gifts and prosperity and luck, watch how that flows in. And then watch how if you entertain the old stuff, again, kink in the hose, it stops. It stops, okay? Five of Cups neutral, headed towards the future, with the King of Cups neutral, headed towards the future. So this is saying to basically, like, you're allowed to speak your hardships, okay? You're allowed to express that as you move forward and walk away. You're allowed to say, this is why I won't do this again. And not in a blame way, but just in a way that's like, I have enabled this situation in these ways. I have done too much in this job. I've been delegated too much here, and it's just shown me that, like, I don't, like, this is not where I belong. I've done too much, and that's why I'm not gonna entertain this again, right? It's being mature, but it's also saying this has been hard for me, and like you're allowed to say things have been hard for you. Like you're allowed to honor that and respect that moving forward, right? If you start to feel guilty about what you're setting boundaries, about, and you regress in some way, Spirit's saying you will notice immediately. Spirit, it's not like a veiled threat or anything. Spirit's telling me right now that the reason why this sort of kink in the abundance hose would happen is because Spirit wants you to be aware. It's like Spirit wants you to be aware of your own energy. Like you've learned so much, and Spirit doesn't want you to go back to overgiving in this situation in an unhealthy way. So Spirit's letting you know ahead of time. Look, when you do this, you'll notice the good energy stops. Be aware of that. Be observant, okay? It's not a threat. It's kind of like a chain reaction so that you can stay on the course correction, right? We don't want to relapse into emotionally unhealthy situations. We don't want to do that. So Spirit wants you to know ahead of time. Okay, I'm going to stop repeating myself 1,000 times. I'm going to leave this reading here. I hope that this reading resonated for you. I'm really excited and proud of you for how much you've overcome and how much you are facing and revising in your life and prioritizing yourself. You are so worthy of being prioritized, and I'm just so excited to see what's changing for you. I hope that you tell me what's going on if you feel like it. You don't have to, but I do appreciate everyone who shares their stories here, and it just means so much to me. It means so much. It matters to me. Your stories matter to me. So I might not respond to them immediately, but I read every single one of them. And it means so much. Anyways, tomorrow is Thoughtful Thursday. We're going to see who's thinking about you. I hope to see you then, but if not, that's okay too. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a wonderful rest of the week, or a fantastic life. I love you so much. Take care, and ta-ta.